Was Chris able to practice today?
He was. Yeah, he did a good job today. So yeah, he was full go, and hopefully he'll be okay tomorrow and then Wednesday. So we'll see.
Obviously Miami's another team that likes to slow you down. I guess what kind of lessons, I guess, are the most important ones, I guess, after you've had some time to digest it, you can take from yesterday's game as far as dealing with somebody who wants to do that?
Well, we've got to be true to who we are and what's given us success, which starts with just a passionate spirit that we play with. We've got to help each other defensively, and we've got to help each other offensively. And, yesterday we took a step back, certainly defensively. I thought we did some very good things in the Laker game and in the Sac game. When you have tough nights, you got to hit the reset button and re-identify, who you are and how you need to play. And we had a good spirited practice today to hopefully get back to that.
111 against the Lakers, 107 Kings, 103 last night. Have you noticed anything that's slowing you guys down specifically on the offensive end?
Oh gosh. I mean, look, you're not going to score 125 every night. And shot making comes and goes. I think one of the things we've got to do is we've got to get back to playing basketball. When Ty was out, we were exploring with some different things, tempo-wise, and we're calling a few more plays and stuff like that. And those things were necessary. With him back, we just got to be a more instinctive team. But it's got to start with a level of grit defensively that we didn't have in the Cleveland game.
Is it difficult to make that change quickly from that play calling style, even with Tyrese back, to just right back to how you were before?
I mean, in this league, nothing is as quick as flipping a switch. That's why you have practices. That's why you have film sessions. We try to pare stuff down and make it as digestible as possible. But we've got to be true to who we are. And Wednesday will be a great challenge for that, because Miami is a strong-willed team. They've lost some games here now recently. They're going to be very motivated. We've got to match and exceed that.
3 games in 4 nights after not playing for 3 weeks. How'd you come out of it?
I'm fine. I was tired through the first couple games, but just getting my legs back under me. Getting in the rhythm, hoping to finish strong these next 5 as we get an All-Star break.
As you came back Thursday and then maybe through Sunday, was there a point where you weren't thinking about the elbow and you just played, or with the brace did you still have to kind of think about it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, that first game back, I was just excited to be back, and I think just was shooting it poorly, and it's hard not to blame this brace on my arm. But I mean, what can you? It's kind of like, what can you do? But I'm excited. Told me I don't gotta wear the brace anymore, so thank God. Now if I'm missing shots, I can only blame myself. So I'm just excited to get it off, and I understand our medical team doing a good job keeping me healthy, knowing they told me if I take it off, I got to come out, and all the times it came off, it wasn't me throwing it off, it was falling off, and I had to just get rid of it because there's no way to fix it. But yeah, I'm just excited to get it off my arm for sure.
Going back to Miami, safe to say you were on a mission that week and in that game specifically. As you look back on it, what was working so well?
I was just locked in at that point of the season. Obviously responding the right way to the way they guarded me the first time, or the game before that, and responding from that Knicks game as well. Just had a good stretch going on there, and we know it's going to be another battle going there. This is going to be a big game in terms of at the end of the year you want to be winning that season series and not be tied. And I'm just looking forward to the chess match that will be there between us and Coach Spo and the Heat, and what they bring for us defensively. So I'm really looking forward to it.
As far as the chess match is concerned, I mean, I guess do you expect kind of different counters? I guess the next time around, like after you played, you did pretty well against Cleveland the first 2 times. You come into this one, it was a little bit tougher. I mean, do you expect Miami to do something similar? You had a tough time the first time. You beat them up the second one, went for 43. I mean, do you expect kind of a new wave of counters of how teams are going to guard you?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's just evolving, and all the great coaches do it. Spo being one of the best in the game, and they got some great defenders over there with Martin and Jimmy and Bam, and they're a great team. So definitely expect to see some different things throughout the game, and I think that's just the beauty of the game of basketball. You can just mix it up, and I think that's the great part. Is you'll see so many different things as the games go on.
When you watched film of yesterday against Cleveland, what did you find out that you could use in terms of how they defended you, what didn't work, and how you can attack something like that going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. They give you a different dynamic than everybody else with their length. With the 2 bigs. Some teams only have 1 to protect the rim. They have 2 monsters back there with some great off-ball defenders, and Okoro's a great point of attack guy. And there's a good team overall. So they did some good stuff, but again, same thing. It's a chess match, and when we play them again, I'm sure we'll have a different look for them. Just looking forward to that for sure.
Have you noticed heightened defense on you in the last several weeks, ever since kind of what you've been able to do and your numbers continue to increase, and they realize if they take away you, they can kind of limit this team?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's just the evolution of me as a basketball player, the evolution of us as a team. The start of this year is different than it was when I got traded here last year. It was different 10 games in than it was at the start of the year, 20 games, 30 games. It just keeps evolving. But that's what it takes when you're a guy who's helping contribute. So it's all just an evolution of how teams are defending me, and it's either figure it out or lose games. So I think that's the beauty of the game of basketball.
Has that led you to have to sit down with Ron or Isaac and break down or try to anticipate maybe what these different teams will throw at you?
For sure, just be around other great basketball minds. Just not only Ron and Isaac, but Coach Carlisle, Coach Mike, Jenny. I mean, a bunch of different people who are seeing JP, a bunch of people who are seeing different things. I just like to seek different basketball opinions. That always helps. So, when people see what they see and I see what I see, put those together, good things happen. So, I think that's the best part about basketball, just being curious and asking questions and, trying to figure out problems.
You've talked about this, I know, but I haven't asked you about your relationship with Tyler and being able to play with him in middle school basketball, and the fact that now you're going against each other in the NBA. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's special. It's special. I think the biggest thing for us is we're just trying to prove, show kids from where we're from that it's possible. We didn't really have that when we were growing up. I mean, Karan Butler was in the league, Devin Harris. There's a couple other guys, but with the social media era that we are in today, I think people being able to see us do what we do is awesome for kids. And we both have AU programs back home that we go back and spend time with. So I think that's the amazing part is just trying to prove that it's possible for kids back home. And hopefully that there's more kids that get in the league and from home and one up what we're doing today. So that's just a great part of being some of the first a couple guys in the league from Wisconsin that are having great success, and we just want to keep building on it.
More of a friendship than a rivalry right now?
Yeah. I mean, it's always been a little bit of both. I think our whole lives. We didn't play together our whole lives. We played together from like 6th to 8th grade, and that was it. So it's kind of been a mix of both our whole lives, and it's just kind of part of it. But I think at the end of the day, no matter what, we just want to see each other succeed because we're both in the same spot, and there's always that challenge. We both work with Drew in the summer, so we spend some time together in the summer. It's just, it's always been that way for sure.
Individually, how would you gauge the progress you made from Thursday through Sunday?
I would say pretty good progress. To learn how to play with everybody out there, play the pace, play the defense. Obviously, our whole game against Cleveland yesterday wasn't as good as we wanted it to be.
How'd you come through physically? I mean, 3 games in 4 nights. What were you expecting? How'd you feel when you woke up this morning?
Pretty tired. 3 and 4, and then we had practice today. Pretty tired, obviously, in a good way. I'm happy that I could be out there and play, but obviously it's a good tie. Like, I don't have no pain. It's not like my knee hurts or anything. It's just like soreness in general from like running up and down, contact, playing basketball.
Rick was talking about how you playing out there, he wants to figure out what you are, what you look like with this team, that type of thing. What have you observed about maybe the chemistry and how you work with the guys that you've been out there?
I think my strength is like just to play defensive end, most likely. And then on offense, run the floor, set screens for those guys. I've been telling Tyrese, whatever, or Ben, whenever I set a screen, I screen for them to score or create for somebody else. Like I hold the screens, I don't slip out, I try to get them open so they can create. Or whoever it is, like those guys are our main creators for themselves and for everybody on the court.
To that point on setting screens, there are guys that young players sometimes have to learn how to do without fouling. How have you learned to be good at that over the years?
It's also a big part is the ball handler. Like the ball handler gotta wait a second. Like that's what I've been telling those guys every time. Like they gotta wait for me to set the screen. If they go too early, then it's most likely foul on the big, or the big can't screen. So I think it's just like those two guys who run the pick and roll gotta be in sync.
Is that something that just comes with time? And can you have you tried to help the younger players get better at that?
Obviously, it comes with time, but also for ball handlers, let's say, whoever it is with Ben, like just being patient. Like I said, I screen for them to get open, so they can go downhill. Especially Ben going downhill on the pick and roll, most likely it's a foul or a basket. So I think it just like comes with patience for them. Obviously, it's a different story when they get pressure. They gotta maybe get like a little bit sped up, but like I said, like I'm just trying to tell them like they gotta wait. They gotta wait for me. I come and screen them and get them open.
After being away from the game for 4 months, what do you appreciate or miss the most about just being back out there in general?
It is probably the next day being tired, being kind of hurt from playing the game, getting hits in game defensively. But just being out there with the team, like being a part of the team. Obviously, when you're hurt, you're still a part of the team, but it's off court. Like also, you want to be out there, run around, celebrate, but also go through the bad times. And now, after a bad game yesterday, obviously as a vet, try to help everybody to look forward to the next game. We got a tough one on the road in Miami. It's a big game for us. I think we're up 2-1 in the series type, and we want to go there and win again.
You joked about how fast this team plays last week and keep it up. Now that you were a part of it, how did it feel to be a part of that? And what do you have to do differently to keep up with this?
Obviously, we got to get stops. We got to get stops to play fast. So that's why hopefully I can help more when I'm out there. But obviously, I mean, it's just game repetition. I mean, obviously, I'm not in 100% game shape in a way. Like obviously, but whatever break I can give Miles when he's tired or whatever stints I get, try to play 100% until like I really can't run anymore.
I know you had 3 games in 4 nights, but it seemed like you had a pretty intense practice today. Is it good to get out there and have a real competitive workout?
Oh, for sure. We all love competing. When we get going like that, we kind of just want to play until, we're really, really tired because it's fun. So we just got to use the intensity that we had today, get ready for Miami.
You led almost the entire game, both Thursday and Friday. I know you only got 1 win, but do you feel like maybe more than a step back, it was just one of those nights against the Cavs?
Yeah. I feel like our swag is coming back. We're getting back to ourselves, which is a good thing. Obviously getting tied. Our leader out there, has been helping. Just brings a different intensity, different energy. Definitely something that we need making this push before All-Star break.
We talked on the broadcast yesterday about the competition because everyone is healthy. And do you feel that, and that you always want to do your best, but if you don't, or if you have a step back, someone else is going to maybe get the playing time?
At the end of the day, it's a team game, man. I mean, when we're out there, the main thing is getting the win. So like you said, when I'm out there, I'm trying to do the best I can. But, not everyone's going to have a great night every night, but that's the best thing about our team. Someone's going to come in and pick up.
Rick talked a lot about just getting back to being you guys. What's that mean? Where do you feel like you guys how do you feel like you guys have strayed from that? Do you, I guess, and what do you guys feel?
You said, how do I feel like we escaped from that?
How do you feel like you might have strayed from your identity? I mean, what have you seen that's changed that you were worried about that you feel like you fixed?
Like I was saying, getting tied back has definitely, lifted our swag up, and that's kind of the main thing, feeling confident when we're out there and feeling like ourselves, and that's just being, a team that loves playing for each other, playing for one another, and, love winning. So with that, you're doing everything we can to get the win. And like you said, like we were talking about before, now that everyone's healthy, we're definitely a better weapon, and we just gotta figure out how to close out those tight games.
What's playing with Daniel like for you with that second group?
Great. He brings that veteran feel, something that we need. He's been in a lot of big games in his career, done a lot of great things. So having him out there, is helpful. He knows different things and just gives a different look, something that we've been needing throughout the season.
What do you remember about that game in Miami a couple days before Christmas? Tyrese going crazy. Like, how vivid is what happened?
Man, we watched film on it earlier before practice, and just see how connected we were defensively and offensively. Obviously, Ty had a great game, but everyone really chipped in doing what they can, whether it was knocking down open shots or cutting or just being there on the defensive end. Everyone really wanted to win that game, and it showed. So we have to go back to Miami with that intensity.
To win on the road is not easy, but that 2-game stretch was about the best you could probably play on the road at Boston, at Miami. Can you get back to that?
Yeah, for sure. We know we have it in us, and our best basketball is yet to come. So we just got to keep going.
You guys have had some success against these teams that are trying to slow you down. Obviously, you won that game against Miami. You put 135 for Cleveland the last time. What's important for you guys to know when you're playing teams that really want to grind you out? What do you guys have to do well? What have you done well in the games where you've beat them?
We're thinking big picture, in every game that we go in, and, those teams are also doing the same thing. So it just brings the level of intensity up in those games, and, that's when, our best basketball comes out, their best basketball, and, it's just about who's, the better team at that point, and I feel like going into games, we feel like we're like that. Every game we feel like we could be in, every game we feel like we could win. So now it's just getting back to that, playing these teams, like you said, that are, kind of in our way with the whole playoff push.
First and foremost, Rick told us yesterday had ankle soreness from a workout this weekend. How does it feel now? What were you able to do today?
I felt better today. Yesterday I had my ankle was kind of was sore from something that happened the day before, but today I felt better after resting.
Rick's talked a lot about no lineup is ever set with this team, and you didn't play Friday. What did he tell you before the game, or what kind of conversations have you had with him about minutes and such?
I mean, this is business, and whatever happens. So, he knows what he's doing, so I just gotta stay down and wait for my time.
Is there anything he said he wants to see more from you or anything like that, or is it just something that happened, I guess? Is there anything he wants to see?
Nah, I guess, that's his decision. So whatever he decides, that's what I'm going to do. So if he decides me not to put me on the court, he got his reason why. So, I just go with it.
Go ahead.
From a team perspective, just 5 games before the All-Star break, do you view this as an important stretch to get some momentum before the break?
For sure. I mean, this 5 games that we got left before the break are important. Like you just said, we got to go out there and compete and trying to win it all, so we can put ourselves in a good position.
You had a really good team performance against Miami the last time you were there. What do you remember about that game?
How hard we played, how connected we were. Tyrese having an incredible game that day, and us celebrating the game-winning shot.
I was gonna say, one of my pictures is you standing, dumping the water on his head. I mean, that's kind of a moment that can happen in a road game, in a tough environment, in a performance like that.
I mean, that was a great moment, great time for the team, and especially for Ty.
As far as the ankle's concerned, how do you still kind of have to manage it? Sorry.
We gotta keep talking about my ankle, okay? I just, doing my rehab every day. It takes time. An injury like that, you gotta just be patient with it and listen to your body. Some days you wake up feeling sore, and then the next day you're fine, and that's how it goes. So you just gotta listen to your body. That day you're sore, that you feel you can't go, you just gotta sit down and listen to your body.
Is there a decent Dominican crowd in Miami at all?
Yeah.
So. But you talked about New York being a big game. What is Miami like then?
Miami's okay. Miami is a lot of Latino out there. A lot of Cuban, Puerto Rican, a lot of Bahamian guys. I see a lot of Bahamian guys. So I know they don't speak Spanish, but I see that. So we got some Dominicans out there. It's close to home, so I always got people coming over to see me and support me. So it's always good to go out there and play out there. Yeah.
The offense has slowed a little bit these last couple of games. What sense do you have of why you guys have kind of struggled on that end?
What was that?
The offensive end, you guys slowed down a little bit these last couple of games. Just 103 last night, for example. What do you feel like has gone wrong for you guys in the end?
I don't know how to answer that question to you. I'm lost.
It's all right.
Yeah, you good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cole.